today I want to do a very quick trade breakdown. I didn't take any of these trades because, as you know, I'm still waiting for my FTMO account and I stopped my 500 to 1K challenge for a bit. So yeah, basically I have been not trading live this week, but I really wanted to do a trade recap because this is all in line with the outlook I shared with you this morning. I'm going to show you right now. So basically on daily, we were creating a very strong bearish expectation on order flow, and price has been ignoring the demands that we see on the left. So it's just melting all the way through, right? So once in this messy zone, I didn't see anything particular or significant to trade from. The expectation would be that we could keep dropping down until we actually find or mitigate something that was more significant. Once, if we see all this PA over here, it's quite a big mess and there's a lot of liquidity to take. So yeah, my idea and my expectations is that price is going to keep melting. Of course, before it keeps melting, you can still come up and to mitigate something and then keep dropping. But yeah, my mainly expectations were that price is just going to keep melting, right? If we take a look at the 4 hour, so in the 4 hour, what we may see is that, so it's exactly the same happening again, right? Price has been coming up, it mitigates the supply, it comes down, it breaks structure, it creates different supplies, but it didn't come up to mitigate the extreme nor the middle one. It's just mitigated the most recent one that actually caused this 4 hour break of structure. So after it mitigates this, it creates another break of structure, right? So basically we created this break of structure, we mitigated the doji. We know how dojis are significant, right? PA mitigated the doji and then created another boss. And then there was this significant supply over here that was at the premium zone. So it's a high probability supply to trade from. But when we take a look at the 15 minutes, we actually see that there is a supply below this zone. And we have been seeing that the PA is being so strongly bearish that doesn't come to mitigate something above before it keeps melting. And once this was a significant buy to sell, right? Although I don't consider this a break of structure significant on the 15 minutes, this was clearly a buy to sell, right? Look how aggressive price was after this move up happens. Look how aggressively it dropped. So for me, this is a significant supply to trade from. That's why when I put lines, so straight lines, not dotted or dashed, that's for me the most expected thing to happen, right? So this is a tip for all of you when you take a look at my outlooks. Every time I draw a straight line, this is my most expected move, and the dashed is the next, and then the dot is the next. Obviously, I really want to see and to mark all the price may do, because as you know, we don't predict, right? We react. So I was waiting for price to tap this zone. This is where I put my price alert, right? And what I did was just waiting for this. So if you remember, PA this morning did all this. If you just kept on looking at all this, you would just be messed around. So if you're like me and you don't like to watch PA all the time because you're seeing opportunities everywhere, just be humble, set a limit and do something else that will help you improve other skills. Once PA did this, as soon as the price tagged my alert, which was here, I was waiting to see what price was doing. So today I'm not going to play PA because I want this to be even quicker, but dropping you the source, if I am able to drop you source, I wish I am, but I just want you to drop quick source because I know that some of you have given me feedback about thanking how short my trade recaps are. So I'll just keep them like that. When PA reached this zone, right, I knew that price was not at the premium already, okay? Because if we go to the premium zone of the 4 hour, so if we see and if we trace a line here, we know that price didn't mitigate the premium of the 4 hour. Obviously, it would be more probable for me to look for shorts at the upper part of this supply. But if 1 minute was going to show me the confluences I was waiting for, I would be okay to take this trade. So as soon as price tapped my zone, what am I waiting for? You already know, right? So look at my rules. It's easier. Did price mitigate an important point of interest? Yes, it did, right here. Did price create liquidity? Yes, it did. Look at here. Did price sweeps that inducement? Yes, it did. If we look carefully, this wick that is creating some kind of liquidity or inducement, it's taken, right? Then what am I expecting after? I'm expecting a change of characters. So the low that created this high needs to get taken. For me, the chalk only happens here because this candle over here traded above this one. So, and this candle over here traded above this one. So yeah, my chalk would be here at this point, right? And this would be the demand I was expecting to fail. When PA dropped like this, do we have a flip? No, in this case, we don't have a flip. As you have seen on the Discord, if you go to Phantom Resources, there's a document that I shared with all of you that shows you the difference between a chalk with a flip, with a chalk without a flip, and just the man failure, right? So what happened here is exactly what happened on the trading view. Look, this demand failed right through. So this is the second example. We have a chalk, but we don't have a flip because price is not really reacting to something significant before it fails. So yeah, just fails right through. So in this case, what am I willing to take? I'm willing to take the extreme, right? So we have all the rules here that I want to see. What do? I set the limit. So there's an important thing here. When you're taking this over here, you had two zones that you could have selected. You could refine this to here, or you could actually select the whole buy to sell candle. The more I play these extremes, the more I play the whole buy to sell candle. Why? Because there are some times that I'm not tagged in because I don't select the whole candle. So in this case, always cover the wicks above to make sure you're not stopped just because. So when we have such a candle like this, we have the possibility to take the equilibrium of the candle, this buy to sell candle, or we could take the lows. The problem with this is if we wanted to take the lows, first of all, you wouldn't have a two pip stop loss. And second, if for instance you were just barely covering the highs, you would have been stopped out, by 3, which is ouchie, right? So what we can actually take the equilibrium of the whole buy to sell candle with a 2 pip stop loss, or what we could also do, and that's okay, we could have taken the low part of the buy to sell candle and covering the highs with a little margin to make sure we don't become liquidity. So a 3 pip stop loss would have kept us in. Look at all this void of liquidity being formed here. This was awesome in order to build confidence that this trade would work out, right? What happens next? For the more conservative ones, if you're selecting this zone and you're waiting for confirmation again, well, there's another confirmation here, right? So on this confirmation, what you may see is that we took the highs, we took the lows. So for me, there's a demand failure here, again, showing us that supply is taking control strongly. There's another change of character here. And I would be willing, once there was not like a significant pullback before the failure, I would be willing to take this extreme, right? As you know, as you see, price never came to tag me in, nor even if I took the 0% of this zone. When I look left here, we need to adapt, right, to price. If we're predicting, we can't really adapt to what price is doing. So what I did next is just, I went to see why price did react so strong to something. There is a nice inside bar over here, right? And this is like the supply chain forming. And we see again everything happen here. We took the highs, we took the lows with a change of character and also a break of structure on the 1 minute, and the demand failed again. So there is another potential short here taking from this buy to sell range. This would be another 10R, this also a 10R. As you see, the risk free here is already assured, so it will be okay to take another trade, because if all the trades come to the stop loss, right, what would happen is we have a break even here and a loss here. So yeah, there's another potential short here for 10R, and then we wait for price to react again. So when price dropped and reacted, okay, this happened here. Let's look left. What price is reacting to? Oh, there's a demand here. Nice. Let's look right. What happened? Oh, it failed, right? It failed right here. So what caused the failure? Let's look at the extreme before the reaction to this demand. Where is it? It's right here. So this extreme, if you selected the whole buy to sell zone, okay, you would have been tagged in. But if you're selecting just this doji, which would be what I have done, because there's not an engulfing buy here, so I would select this doji here. Yeah, we wouldn't have been tagged in, and that's literally part of the business. So this was a 20-hour potential day. Yeah. If you didn't cover the highs with a proper stop loss, you would have been stopped out here. And as everyone says, don't be greedy trying to take the most of the trades. Like, cover the highs with a little buffer to make sure that you stay in the trade, right? So just wanted to reach out and drop a little nugget in the end. Guys, it is very important that we build our story before we act. If you take a look at our morning outlooks, we do it for you and for us. So it's very important for us in the morning to try to understand what price is doing and why. Let's draw the zones, let's draw the demand, let's draw the lines and see, okay, if price do this, what will it react to? When it reacts to this, what is expected to do? When we say don't predict, we don't say don't try to plan what is expected. Of course, we need to plan what is expected because we need to be ready to react. What we can't do is have a fixed bias like, oh, this is my supply and I'll wait for ages until price reacts to this supply. No, that's the thing we say about not predicting. If you have a fixed bias, you will not be able to play as much opportunities as if you don't. So today is a very good example, because if you take a look at the 15 minutes, if you were waiting for price to tap the equilibrium indefinitely, you wouldn't take all these shorts opportunities. As you see, price didn't mitigate the equilibrium, right? But we had short opportunities, so it will be more than okay to play those, especially if you have confluences that are in line with your expectation order flow. As you can also see here, there's also a 15-minute change of character that would have kept you in these shorts, confirming even stronger that supply was taking control. So what we need to do is actually making sure we do our top-down analysis and we go through at least daily 4-hour and 15 minutes every single day. Because this exercise, and I'm talking about myself, like this exercise of what am I expecting with the daily? Okay, what am I expecting with the 4-hour? Okay, what am I expecting with the 15 minutes? This top-down analysis will be what's going to help you be ready to react when PA is providing. Because if you don't do this top-down analysis, you're just going to be in the middle of nowhere and not knowing where to trade from, not knowing where the zones, not knowing the more and the higher probability trades. So yeah, just make sure you do your top-down analysis. If you need any help, just shoot. We're all here to help you. Thank you very much for all your support, your birthday wishes. I'm very, very blessed and grateful to be surrounded with all of you. So thank you very much. I hope you keep enjoying my trade recaps, and I'll try to keep providing you content that is valuable and that is helping you. Have a wonderful day and take care, guys and girls. Bye bye.